We are at Mustard Seed are proud to be a part of the second annual MassFest Music Fest that will take place on Battleship Cove on board the USS Massachusetts, and the acoustic players will be down by the carousel as well. We have a big lineup,
Wow.
on July 24th, as Larry Beth said, from 10 to 5 p.m. This festival is to bring awareness to the programs and benefits to the veterans of Massachusetts and the local area, and also other service members, to include your active duty, reserve, guard, retired. And this year we're including, of course, the great men and women in blue, the first responders, our police, our fire department. And
Now, they get in free with their families, all of those groups?
yes, we will have
That is
a
fantastic.
registration table will be
Okay.
at the front gate.
With ID?
With proper ID.
Oh.
You can register with them, and those that I said will get in free to the museum area and the concert.
Wow.
The concert is available and free to the general public with a purchase of admission to the museum area.
And then they get to enjoy all of the public gets to enjoy the entire museum, the ships, and the carousel as part of it?
The carousel is extra, cost,
Okay.
but it's a very wonderful carousel.
But it's in that same area?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I want to just thank Leroy Ashwood of Brave for Veterans Incorporated,
Sure.
an organization that helps transitional veterans get jobs, housing, and automobiles and such like that through a training program with several corporations in the Boston area. I'm proud to be working with him, with the Brave people. And they're able to bring us such acts as Partisan Rancor, which is a wonderful original rock band led by Major Thomas Steele, who is himself a Iraqi freedom veteran.
Oh, that's
They sing a lot of poignant songs about service over in the Iraqi conflict, and it's very wonderful stuff. And then we followed up from there with performances by our tribute acts, Nightshade Gold, which you heard of.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, Jimmy Forever, which is our Jimi Hendrix band featuring Tony Rocks. We also have Moving On, which is a Bad Company band fronted by Bobby Venuto and our good friend Bill Upham and crew. And we also have a Rattle and Hum, which is our U2 tribute, which is headed by our great friend Bob Anderson of Gunpowder and Lead. And the guys in Gunpowder and Lead, Aaron Carey, Scott Daniels, Ken Morse, and Donnie Ugiano. And then the highlight of the day, the great, incomparable Hirsch Gardner of the band New England,
Wow.
with his great good friend Joe Filoni.
Yes, they did a feature here. They are superb.
A wonderful feature.
Yes.
We'll be presenting music old and new from New England to his current album and a future.
And you'll get a little sample of that, because in the second set we will have one of Hirsch Gardner's songs over
yeah.
there. And I'm talking to him about, I just talked to him, and he is going to be booking a feature here in the future as well again.
Oh, I'll be looking forward to that.
You won't want to come to that, will you, Jim?
No.
That is just wonderful.
I'm not a New England boy for nothing.
Oh, that is great. Well, Jim, we'll come back.
One of our favorite things that we're so proud to be a part of is the Harbor Illumination down in Hull on July 30th, Saturday, July 30th. Last year, we presented the first Harbor Illumination Music Festival out at L Street Ball Fields from 5 to 8 p.m. And it was such a success that most people, the only complaint we heard was it was too short.
Really? Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, it's very wonderful. And so this year we got together with the Hull Life Saving Museum, a great organization, Mr. Peter Wild, the director, and Corinne and John and the rest of the crew. And we decided we'd like to expand the festival from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m., which also include an encapsulation of the actual illumination event around 8:30.
Sure.
It also includes a illuminated boat parade with the America's Cup 2 leading the way.
Oh,
and there
wow.
are spots available on board. If you go to the Hull Life Saving Museum website, there's a link there for those sailors and enthusiasts that want to be part of history. You will be on the lead boat coming into the harbor, into Hull, on the 30th on the America's Cup, America 2. And also, we have a great bunch of bands at the ball field itself. At 3 p.m. we have a group called the Toe Jam Puppet Band for the kiddies and kiddies of all ages. Then we're going to go to the main stage at 4 p.m. and start the music with 53 South, a duo that's headed by Bob Anderson of Gunpowder and Lead and his good friends. And we also will be called up by Ramshackle, our friends Robin Hewer and such, Dave Bleckley and Bill, sorry if I missed your name. And then we followed up with a bunch of guys from Hull, a Hull fixture, all members crazy as all heck. The Pemberton All-Stars, which will do their own classic rock and pop songs, not to be missed, a fun bunch. Followed by Freddie Meltzer, Mike Travers and gang with Free Range, a good friend Frank Albani on guitar, and Peter Singer on drums. They have some great originals and great...
we featured them. In fact, we featured them, whatever it was, a month and a half ago, and then we repeated their show on July 3rd.
Oh, excellent.
And it was just, people were just raving about it, so they're great.
And
it's nice to have two of them here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Wow. And then we'll finish up with a double set by the great pop rock funk band, Back in Session, featuring Laurie Beth, Tony Rocks, Brian Krim, Chris Collins, and Peter Singer. But one note I would like to put out real quickly is we got a great bunch of entries for our songwriting contest for the Illumination. Last year we had a criteria of Joshua James and the Illumination, and a great song came through called Captain James by a band called Louder Than Milk, by a gentleman sung by Jay Padgett, and a great song. This year we upped the ante. It's the 300th anniversary of the Boston Lighthouse.
Yes.
So this year's theme is the Boston Light and Illumination, of course. And what a great bunch of entries we got in. They run from poignant classical 12-string guitar.
You have got to send me some of those once the contest is over, because I want to take a listen. Maybe we could put something together.
We'd love to have a great show with
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Absolutely, and the life-saving people are very hot on getting on your show too.
Oh, they could come and we could talk with them.
We'll be doing basically something different this year. Last year we only featured the winner. This year we're actually going to feature each entrant to do a song during the quiet time of the Illumination that night. But this week, starting tomorrow with an entry you'll hear shortly, all the entries will be put up on Facebook for public viewing and then voting on Friday for the winner. And then when we tabulate the votes next week, work through our board of directors and pick the winner. And after the 4 or 5 entries that we have that make the deadline perform, we'll be announcing the winner on stage.
Well, be sure to put the link for that for our listeners on twilightshowcase.org on my Facebook page so that people can see it. And
absolutely.
In case they aren't following yours.
And then, I'm sorry, one more thing is if all the stars align, the great John Donovan will be with us capturing film and photo footage.
He's the best.
He is.
He's the best. Well, we'll be getting some footage from tonight up sometime when John is swamped. He's filming all over the South Shore.
One last thing I know I might have forgot to mention. I just want to give a shout out to Greg Brasso of Veterans Voice Radio. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us tonight, but he is an integral and vital part of the MassMusicFest team. Any support for his show or his cause.
His show is on right here on 959 WATD, as well as live stream, just as our show is. And he's on Thursday nights, 7 to 8 p.m. It's a fantastic show, and Greg will be coming back and doing another feature. So hopefully we can get him back sometime, at least before some of the festivals, to talk about them. That would be great. And we're just going to say that we should also mention that people should save the date. October 1st, you're going to have a MassMusicFest on the Hyannis Green. Is that right?
The Masonic Military Assistance Program, head by Jim Pickering down in Hyannis, and down at Dennis, held an event last year. We're having a follow-up event this year, right there at Hyannis Green. Excellent. And the Boston Pops clamshell.
Fantastic.
And we're working on a deal right now, hopefully, keeping our fingers crossed, that we have another troop train that goes down from
Oh, wouldn't
Boston
that be wonderful?
that would take the people right to the Hyannis
So
Street.
that must be the one that Greg mentioned to us then. That
Yes.
sounds
We're
wonderful.
working with the MBTA and those people involved. Hopefully, it's a little bit out of their season, but we're
Yes.
holding our fingers crossed that
Oh, wouldn't that
they'll
be
come
wonderful?
through for us.
I think if it's the one I'm thinking of, unless there's two in Hyannis in the fall, if it's the same one that Greg and John Oliver mentioned, I think John's helping with that too.
That's wonderful. John is a great
He's
person, Greg.
fantastic.
And Frank Galvani, our esteemed friend, was on the troop train a
That's
couple
right.
months back, and it's a great time.
And Tony Boy, right. I think they're going to be working with him too, so. That sounds good. Well, thank you, Jim. Well, you'll be here. You're sticking around, so we'll remind everybody of those dates again in the second set.
Thank you.